Paris Olympics have been quite the meme generator, from the opening sounds of the opening ceremonies being, well, just a laughable, disgusting display of degeneracy, carrying on to the Turkish hitman taking home the silver with his hand in his pocket, to some more crazy stuff that's happening. There's been some spectacular performances. I won't take that away from anybody. I've seen some rock climbing footage, and those guys are absolutely insane. Doing an underwater reversed moonwalk by one of the synchronized swim teams. Like, all of that stuff is crazy. And yeah, I love to see peak athletic performance. It's just, I ain't got time to watch any of that crap, nor am I gonna support the super corrupt IOC. When there's some funny stuff to talk about, well, we got to take some time to meme, right? French pole vaulter Anthony Ammirati, okay? You might not remember the name, but you might remember one aspect of his pole vaulting. Breaks silence after his bulge crushed his Olympic dream. Wow, he's the only Packin' Frenchman, huh? Anthony Ammirati doesn't seem to be enjoying his viral Olympic moment as much as the internet. The French pole vaulter spoke for the first time since disappointing himself, but not the internet, by being unable to medal after his privates got in the way of his performance. The 21-year-old missed his 5.7 meter target on his third attempt when his bulge knocked down the pole, which led to his downfall ahead of his finals on Monday. You're telling me you don't have a jock or anything like that taking everything down? But hey man, if you're looking for aerodynamics, especially at that level, you're trying to like wrap it around your leg or something at that point in time, it's a big disappointment. And then he just walked back and spoke into the microphone once again. Big disappointment. I'm a bit gutted because that's also what his girlfriend says. I didn't miss anything on the third attempt at 5.7. What I did miss was a bit of jumping and training to fine-tune the settings. Just a technical session. Yeah, very technical, in fact. Ammirati didn't address the moment that had social media gawking. I was 100% physically. Yeah, obviously. More ardent observers also made note of that. But I was missing a bit of pole vault, okay? The conditions were good. It was the first time I've started a competition without any stress, and I was a total outsider. I had only had one goal: to interact with the audience. I was almost there. The instance also left commentators speechless. Were audibly flustered at the sight of how the pole fell, scrambling to acknowledge what had happened. Yo, that dude clipped that pole with his pole, and not the one that was in his hand, but the one that sometimes is in his hand. You know what we mean. The slip-up caused Ammirati to finish 12th at the height of 5.6 in Group A. He had already cleared 2 heights prior. It wasn't the first time something like this has unfolded at the Rio Games in 2016. That was like the last time that I checked out the Olympics, and I love the Summer Olympics. It's just the directions that they're taking. Can't support it. Japanese pole vaulter. I beg your pardon? A Japanese pole vaulter, huh? Hiroki Ogida, rather. Also hit the bar with his junk, causing it to fall. Not for nothing, I was thinking, and you probably are as well, that he was probably a little bit closer to the pole that time around. Ammirati wasn't the only French pole vaulter filled with disappointment. Fellow competitor Thibaut Collet was in the medal conversation ahead of the Olympic Games after he cleared the 5.95 meters in June, making it the third best pole vaulter in French history, as reported by the Daily Mail. However, his performance in Paris ended with him recording a height of 5.75, which ranked him 11th. So the French, once again, disappointments, but big shocker on that one, as opposed to other memes that we can laugh at here, where we have swimmer Luana Alonso kicked out of Olympic Village for inappropriate behavior. Now, leading up to the Olympics, you might have seen something about how they had special beds in the athletes' village because, well, just allow your minds to wander for a second, okay? You have peak physical competitors, okay? 20-something-year-old peak physical competitors. They're all gassed up on whatever, anxious out of their mind, looking to blow off some steam, and, you know, there are some stories about certain things happening at certain times that led to the necessity of creating certain beds that would collapse at an inopportune time if, let's just say the mass of one competitor was superseded by the mass of another. Hence why there was always going to be something like this ending up popping up And perhaps Luana was on the mind of our pole vaulting friend a little bit earlier, leading to his failed attempt. It's been an eventful Paris Olympics for Paraguayan swimmer Luana Alonso, the 20-year-old athlete who retired from the sport after she failed to advance out of her heat into the women's 100 butterfly semifinals on July 27th, was asked to leave the Olympic Village. Well, yeah, if you have no more events, why are you sticking around, you 304? For creating an inappropriate environment, the Sun reported. Oh, I know what you were doing. Her presence is creating an inappropriate atmosphere within Team Paraguay. Larissa Schreier, head of the Paraguayan Olympic Committee, said in a statement published by the outlet, "We thank her for the Yeah, I can see why she's causing an inappropriate atmosphere. A 20-year-old troublemaker like that? Oh, Lord have mercy. We thank her for proceeding as instructed, as it was of her own free will, as she did not spend the night in the athletes' village." Right. Because, yeah, that's the glamour shots for Team Paraguay, and that's what she does for the gram, right? Models a green bikini for an Instagram post, making sure that her tan lines are on point and that everything else is popping appropriately. Alonso had reportedly been staying in the Olympic Village despite announcing her retirement from the sport. Yeah, exactly. You're not an athlete anymore. Hit the bricks. And you're in Paris, okay? They're kind of known for a few things, okay? You might find yourself a little bit closer to home than you thought possible. Paraguayan media outlets reported that Alonso had spent time at Disneyland instead of supporting her teammates, upsetting the country's Olympic leadership, no doubt. On a separate report by Daily Mail, said Alonso became a distraction for other competitors with her skimpy clothing and socializing with other athletes. Yeah, are you shocked by this? She finished 6th in her heat with a time of 1 minute, 3 seconds, 900ths of a second, which is higher than her 1 minute and 37ths of a second from her heat in the Tokyo Olympics 3 years ago. Yeah, so considerably slower, and this change in the 3 years for a 20-year-old. Oh, right, access to the darker sides of the internet. Big shock on that one. Because let's be honest, okay, even if she does medal, what's the prize money on that? Don't know for sure, but what's the prize money of taking impressive shots for Instagram or for other platforms? Yeah, I'd imagine one probably pays better than the other. U.S. swimmers Tori Husky and Gretchen Walsh finished 1st and 2nd, respectively. It's official, I'm retiring from swimming. Thank you all so much for your support, Alonso wrote on Instagram after the event. Sorry, Paraguay. I just have to say thank you. Sorry, I have to say thank you? Okay. Alonso shared an emotional message, which she addressed to the sport in a follow-up post. Yeah, swimming, blah, 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 all that crap. 55,000 likes. That's why you wanted to do that. I wonder what other posts followed that up. Okay, what else is on here? Okay, at least it's all Olympic related. But I mean, let's take a look at her Instagram, and it's, oh yeah, no, that all makes sense. Oh, look at that. I'm so glad to be in Paris. I'm so glad that yeah, no, I'm definitely here to be a swimmer, 1000%. That's all. I'm so happy to be a part of the Olympics. Look at me. I'm at the Eiffel Tower. I'm always in the center of every picture, definitely. In the good word of Paraguay. Also, you know, the trials and tribulations of a swimmer. That's what I'm about. I'm not here just for the swimwear that I can make a quick buck off of. No, not at all whatsoever. No, of course not. And especially, why are you posting that jailbait that's out there? Because that's super haram. Before that, the former collegiate swimmer, yeah, according to her swimsuit, she was at, SMU, right? So yeah, not exactly a dud school by any means. Hinted the Paris Games would be her last Olympics in a post on Instagram last month. Alonso also spent a season at VTech before transferring to SMU. Went viral before the Paris Games for getting a tattoo of the Olympic rings on her hip. Because of course, that's what every thotty does. I was just amazed she didn't have it on her ankle, or in that stupid place where bitches start to put that titty chandelier that I hate so much. It's even trashier than the tramp stamp. Makes me sick. She's coming off a strong 2023, which frankly, I don't care, because she's also coming off of an Olympic career that lasted 2 events, and if she's looking to parlay that into any sort of success, she could go and check in with her former French subject material, spark up a different platform, and make a hell of a lot of money, which I'd imagine is probably definitely in her future. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.